Mary said, I knew you was going to ask that.
Yeah.
You ever done that?
Yeah.
What's weird is if you dream of something's going to happen and it happens.
Precognition. So, to me, one of the first things that I know and that I believe, and we'll just use this for sakes of the initiated, and I actually was looking at something, I was watching a thing on YouTube the other day, and it said, what was Jesus' real name? And it said, Yeshua. I believe that the thing that centers everything is when Yeshua leaves church. When he's not the center of the church. Do you all agree that that's when Jesus is not the center of the church? His teaching, his principles, everything that he said, that everything he told us to do, when we're no longer living by his example, do y'all agree that that's probably one of the first signs that we're in trouble?
Yeah.
Is it possible that that's biblical?
If there's anything left when that happens.
So, that tells me that when that happens, that we're in trouble. Let's see if y'all catch this. So in Matthew 24, if you want to know what we're going to build this study on, Matthew 24 is one of them. And I never caught this until today. I believe it's significant. And Jesus went out and departed from the temple, and the disciples came to him for to show him the buildings of the temple. And Jesus said unto them, see ye not these things? Verily I say unto you, there shall not be one here stone left upon another that shall not be thrown down. And they came up and blah, blah, blah. And he said on the Mount of Olives, the disciples came to him privately, saying, tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of that coming and the end of the world? So he asked, and Jesus is going to tell them. But you realize Jesus done told them. First thing is that he left the temple and he departed from the temple. And he said, they came to him, and he says, see you not these things? The first thing that Jesus did to illustrate this whole story, and is hidden in plain sight right there.
Did you not see me leave?
Did you not see me leave? I'm not in the church no more. I had never seen that. I've never heard that talked about. But he said, what it is, see, this is our problem. We don't want to look deep into the scriptures. We don't want to see what's going on. And so we want to take it down that Jesus is going to tear down this building. But when he's talking about stones, what is he really talking about? He's not talking about, first thing is that Yeshua leaves the temple. This is the first thing that I see. That he's gone. That he's no longer. But wait a second. They used an illustration. The stone that the builders rejected has become the cornerstone on which to build the new church. Stones, Billy, were building material. Building material is also known as what?
Foundation.
Like foundations?
Base.
So then, what is foundations? What is a building block? What is a precept? In other words, what is the core beliefs? That's what he was talking about. One by one, the core beliefs of the church are going to be torn down. We don't believe that there should be a God. We changed the Sabbath. We took the core belief that we serve. In other words, let me rephrase this. How about if we change religion from a who serves who? We've gone from the fact that we serve God to God serves us. We've gone from these beliefs of taking care of the poor, and yet we now believe that we should have marble temples. Matter of fact, God even told him, he says, when you build this altar, don't build a fancy altar. Build one out of stones, undressed. In other words, don't build one, Billy, that pleases your eye. We want to go to the biggest church. So slowly that tells me that after he's gone, all the core beliefs of the church is gone. There was a time that people would not believe in cussing. They wouldn't believe in it. They didn't believe that you should cuss. Oh, it's okay to cuss now. They didn't believe that you should drink, smoke, do any of that. But it's okay now. They didn't believe that a person should get married, should have sex out of wedlock. It's okay now. They believed that young people should get married. We don't get married now. They believed that a man should be the preacher. That's gone away now. They used to not believe in homosexuality. Now they have homosexual preachers. Do I need to go on? Am I incorrect in saying that the second sign that we're going to see before all this stuff starts happening? So, wait a second. Did Jesus depart from the temple, or have we cast Jesus out of the temple? Why did Jesus depart from our temple? Because he says that I cannot inhabit an unclean vessel. So, the end times, is the end times judgment upon sinners, or is the end time judgment upon his own? The end times is judgment upon his own. The sinners have done marked their course. It's the church's fault. Whose fault is it when the kids have run astray? Who do you always blame? Parents. Whose fault is it? The parents. Whose fault is it? Whose fault? Who has rejected the stones, the cornerstones of faith? Who's rejected them? The sinners? No. The church. So do you realize that all of this stuff, let's just be real. Deer season, whatever season, football season, whatever it may be, when that comes around, what's more important? What do we set aside as holy for God in our life? And we wonder, but here's the problem. We all sit here and we see this thing, but yet do we go, wait a second. Maybe if your car breaks down, maybe if you get in trouble, your job ain't going right, maybe it's not anybody else's fault, but it's you. Like the guy said, I know I'm doing it right, but I just can't get the fit on your table saw. Maybe that's our thing. I know I'm living right. Why would God be disappointed at me? Oh, Satan is after me. It ain't Satan that's after you. He don't have to get you. He's got you.
You do all the work yourself.
Do it yourself. I would highly encourage you to step forward and read Matthew 24, because the first two things it tells me. So I've laid up enough of this. So let's see some signs here. See if we cover anything. And Jesus answered and said, take heed that no man deceive you. Now wait a second. What was the first warning that Jesus said?
He left the temple.
Watch out for deception. So what's going to be the first sign that Jesus... Now these other things these are the signs, Billy, that are there that he's wanting you to really say, wait a second, look deeper. But no, we just want a straight answer. Don't tell me these hidden things. I want to know the truth. Okay? Then take heed that no man deceive you. That's the first sign. The spirit of deception. The false prophets. And he goes on and says it. He says, and I love this because we always misinterpret this thing. How can you say it's misinterpreted? Because deception. And I'm going to show you how. In the Bible, particularly the King James Version, it has one standard rule. What is the rule? I will tell you, the rule is this. Whenever it is speaking in terms of, he says, in my name. Anything in reference to God is always going to be capitalized. If it says, I am the way, the truth, life. When your Father in heaven, he's talking about when your Father on earth, it's spelled this way. When he talks about your Father in heaven, it's spelled that way. Whenever he's talking about your Son, but when he's talking about the Son, you see that? When he's talking about spirits, but when he's talking about the Holy Spirit, do you see the trend?
Yeah. That's it.
Okay. Always in the King James Bible, there's also another trend. When Jesus is talking, the letters are always what? Red. So, we've established this. He said, and I love this because remember he's just talking, don't deceive you. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am the Christ, and deceive many. In other words, they are going to start off saying, he is the Christ. But yet, they're going to deceive. They're going to use his name. They're not saying that they are, because he says that for many will come saying that they are the Christ. He says they're going to come and say what? That I am the Christ. They're going to come preach a message of Jesus. But yet, it's going to be a message that they use to deceive you. You can watch some of these televangelists, and they'll talk about Jesus. But at the same time, they'll tell you that Jesus told them that they need a new jet. They will tell you, Jesus said for me to tell you these things. They use God's authority and God's name and his Son's name to sell their message. Y'all see that?
Yeah, I see it.
So they're not saying that they are. It's not talking about the Antichrist. They're saying that a false message will arise, but it will be in God's name. And here we go. Billy, you shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that you're not troubled, for all these things must come pass, but the end is not yet. What is the most popular reaction to all of these troubles and trials that we're seeing right now? Every person gets freaked out by them, don't they? What is the common message that people, oh, look at the world, look at all this stuff. And Jesus just told you to do what?
Don't be troubled by it.
you troubled by it? Because it's coming.
That has to happen.
Why are you troubled by your mom and dad coming on? Why?
Unless you did something wrong.
Your conscience. Your conscience is revealing. My friend, I said, why were you troubled? He said, well, I know that I'm not right. Yes, your conscience is telling you. You need to clear your conscience up. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. There shall be famine, pestilence, and earthquakes in diverse places. And these are just the beginning. And then they shall deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and you shall be hated for all nations for my name's sake. How many people hate Christians now?
Can't count how many.
And then you shall be, and then many shall be offended. What the?
What's an offensive night?
What is the most popular phrase right now? Why do you think it chose that? Why is it so telling, popular? People right now are offended. The Bible told us that in the end days, 10 years ago, David, how many people were offended 10 years ago? You didn't hear that phrase. But all of a sudden now, in this time that we're in, people are offended.
Or everything.
Wow. And shall betray one another, and shall hate one another. I'm going to leave that one completely alone.
That's something.
And many false prophets shall arise, and shall deceive many. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall grow cold. And because iniquity shall be abound. What that means, do you know the difference between sin and iniquity?
Iniquity is knowing that it's wrong, but you still do it.
Who is he talking about? Is he talking about the sinners?
No, because we're all sinners. We're sinners from birth.
There you go. There is the truth. There is none that are righteous. No, not one. See, this is the thing right here. This is what we truly believe. This is what we truly believe. If we drew a line, and this is a person standing, happy, got a balloon on it with a smiley face. Smiley face balloon, baby, get it? We're standing over here, and we all, every one of us, believe that right now, today, that if we died today, we're in good shape.
I'd like to believe that.
Of course we would all like to believe that. But the problem is that you realize that we think that we're on this safe side. I love Bailey's moral decline. What is the most popular thing right now? Everybody checks reviews. Bailey, how many reviews do people give that are dishonest? Every review is dishonest. And our favorite one you'll ever see, and stupid people read it because it said, this review was received as part of a promotion. And the more reviews that you can do, it's so funny, I love it. Google will tell me that it says, oh, you're very popular. You have 22,000 people who have read your reviews. And I just went on one today and told these people that they sucked. I tell them. I walk in, try to buy a $300 filter, and they won't even talk to me. You suck. Now I'm popular. I know that's a lie because the truth is not popular. If iniquity shall abound, then in reality, if none are righteous, even the elect shall be fooled. That's what he talks about. Billy, even the elect, those who think that they are good, are fooled. Why are we fooled? Because we don't want to look at ourselves. We want to believe that we're safe. They say that the fear of the Lord is the beginning of understanding. The fear. What is the fear? That I might not be safe. I remember one time I was told by somebody that used to go to church here. I don't like it when you talk about that, that you don't know that you're saved or whatever. I like, do you realize there's a difference between what I think I know and what is the truth? And the Bible tells me that there are plenty of people who are going to think, Billy, that they're saved. The Bible's full of them. Of people who thought. So am I thinking that it's possible that I might be one of these guys?